As frustrating as Pinterest can be, it's still one of the best places to get traffic over to our websites or to our blogs. I've been using Pinterest for almost 10 years to get traffic to my recipe blog, and I can tell you that Pinterest a few years ago is not the same Pinterest that it is today. I see so much advice floating around online about Pinterest that is just all over the place. Some of it's outdated, some of it is oversimplified, and some of it is just wrong. Today, I'm busting some common myths about Pinterest and sharing what actually works right now. If you're curious about what my full Pinterest strategy is, like what I do step by step after every single blog post, then I'll put the link to that video in the description. And while you're over there, don't forget to subscribe. I share all kinds of information and tips about how to use Pinterest and SEO to get more traffic over to your website. I'm a blogger just like you guys. I'm not selling anything, not selling courses, just here to share what I've learned and hopefully help you guys grow your websites too. So let's get into some of these tips that I think are outdated. Tip number 1, you need to use Tailwind or other paid tools to really be able to grow on Pinterest. I see so many people pushing schedulers that you have to pay for, keyword research tools that you have to pay for, and personally, I think it's ridiculous. I'm not saying anything bad against those tools. I'm sure that they help you, but they do not mean that you're gonna grow on Pinterest. And I don't want you guys to think that you need to pay for tools either in order to grow. You can 100% grow your traffic, grow your Pinterest account without paying for anything. There's a keyword research tool right within Pinterest in Pinterest Trends. And you can also use just the auto, like what pops up when you're searching for something. That's another little hack to find keywords. And you can also use the native scheduler within Pinterest. I've been using it for like the last 3 months now, and it works completely fine. I wish you could schedule them out a little bit farther. I think it's only like 30 to 60 days in advance that you can schedule them, something like that. But it works completely fine. I really don't feel like you need to pay for anything, especially when you're just getting started and money coming in is very limited. Do not think that you need these paid tools to grow. You can 100% grow your traffic and your account without them. So let's talk about the next Pinterest tip that I hear all the time, and that's that group boards don't matter. So there has been a lot of back and forth over the years as far as do group boards work or don't they? I've seen both, but it seems like lately I'm hearing a lot more people say that they don't matter, they're not worth your time. However, I'm speaking again just from my experience, and I will show you guys proof up here. I still get a very significant amount of my traffic every month from a few select group boards that I use. And if you're not sure what a group board is, it's just a board that multiple people can pin to. Now, you usually have to request to join the board or get invited by someone else. So sometimes getting onto boards can be tricky. Sometimes it's really easy. It's kind of hit or miss. But I actually made a full detailed video about how to join group boards, how to find them, how I use them. I'll also put that video in the description because there's a lot of little questions I know that people have with group boards. However, I am here to say that even today in March 2026, group boards are still extremely effective for me. Now, not all group boards are created equally. I have a few group boards that I use that are really established, they're very active, and they're also, most importantly, they're extremely relevant to the content that I'm sharing. It's just a couple recipe boards that I've used for years, and I still, to this day in 2026, have a lot of success with them. I get a good amount of outbound clicks from these boards every single month. Personally, I feel like you have nothing to lose in trying group boards. So the third thing is actually a piece of information that I still see people say that is just completely false, and that is that Pinterest is social media. This could not be farther from the truth. I know it looks like social media. We post something, people can comment, people can like it. There are some similarities, but that is not how you should be thinking about Pinterest. Pinterest is first and foremost a search engine. It behaves way more like Google and YouTube search. What actually matters on Pinterest are keywords, doing your SEO right, matching search intent, and evergreen content. Because thankfully, our content can be found for a while on Pinterest if you do all of those things right. And if you give it the right SEO and keywords for Pinterest to understand what that content is about, then it's going to keep putting that out in front of the right people for months to come. It's what I like best about Pinterest and what I hate most about social media, where our content just kind of dies off after so many hours. it actually lives in Pinterest much longer, just like it does on YouTube and Google. So if you treat Pinterest like Instagram, then you're probably going to struggle. But if you treat it the same way you do Google or YouTube, then you're probably going to see a lot of growth. Now, another piece of advice I saw recently that I don't think is as effective as it used to be is that we should be repinning our own pins really often, really regularly. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't repin them at all, but I do think there should be a strategy in our repinning. And I can speak from experience. Ever since I kind of switched to this little rule I have for myself, it's going much better. Again, my Pinterest numbers are finally going back up. I actually have a rule for my repinning, and I do not repin any more than 4 times. Now, this is just my own rule. You don't have to follow this exactly. It's going to be different if you're a brand new account or if you're a much bigger account. But for me, I will repin a new pin to 2 of my other boards, like my own boards that are relevant, and I'll pin to 2 of those group boards that I mentioned before. However, I make sure to space out my repinning. So let's say today I put up a brand new fresh pin on Pinterest, then within 1 to 2 days, I'll go repin it to either one of my own relevant boards or to a group board. Normally I lean to a group board. I just have the thinking that, it might get in front of more people a little faster because your pins have the chance to get in front of the audience of all of the collaborators on that board. So I usually pick a group board first, and then within another 1 to 2 days, I'll pin it to one of my own relevant boards. And then within the next couple days, I'll repin to 2 more. Repinning, still okay. Should you do it constantly with a new pin? I don't think so. And I also think spacing out your repinning or having some kind of strategy to your repinning is important. And another piece of advice that I see that can easily get misinterpreted is that pretty pins matter more than anything. And yes, while pretty visually appealing pins matter, so do keywords. And putting the right keywords in your title, your description, doing the research, finding out what people are searching for, that can help your pin do so much better than just looking pretty. I go into more detail about this and what my process is on that video I already mentioned in the description. I show you guys how I do the keyword research, and I show you how I'm making pins designed around those keywords. So I'm not just making pins that look pretty, I'm also being a lot more strategic on the text overlay in those pins and the text and keywords I'm using in my title and my description. So yes, pretty pins do matter. The way they look matters, but so does your keywords. So do the titles. So do the text on those pins. All of those are equally as important as looking pretty. Now, the last piece of advice that I still see some people sharing is that you need to be pinning 25 to 50 brand new pins a day if you really want, to see significant growth on your account. And that is just not true. I'm thankful because I love a few of the other creators, the Pinterest strategists on YouTube that I follow. I'm seeing a lot more of them kind of get on board with really stressing the fact that making good quality pins is so much more important than pushing out like 20 just basic pins in a day. It's just not the same. Now, if you're like me, it was really hard not to compare some of these sites that are coming in. They're AI sites. A lot of them are using just these bots and tools to mass pump out pins. And if you'll notice, they're getting a lot of views. I've noticed lots of accounts that they're brand new, they barely have any followers, but their monthly impressions are really significant. So I almost started falling into the trap and wondering, okay, well, it's clearly working for them. Maybe putting out 20, 30, 40 pins a day is the way to go. It's the way to really get more eyes on your account. However, I had to remind myself that all I'm seeing as just a viewer on their account are their monthly impressions. I'm not seeing how much outbound clicks they're getting. I can see how many followers. Most of these accounts are small. They don't have much. And I genuinely do not think that their plan and their strategy is going to work in the long game. You run the chance of getting marked as, a spam account, getting your account taken down. When I click on some of the pins to just go check out the website on some of these accounts, the content is horrible. Either you can't find it because it's so buried in ads, it's not helpful, it's misleading. So I really think it's going to catch up with these accounts. I do not think that they're going to last long. I really think that at some point Pinterest is going to catch up. They're going to be marked as spam, either, taken down. But either way, don't do what I was starting to do, and don't compare yourself to those accounts that are coming in and just mass pumping out pins. I think bottom line, the most important thing is if your content is valuable and strong, then that matters above anything else. Then once you have a good, strong, valuable piece of content, you go and you make some pretty pins. You make pins that are fully optimized for SEO. You did your keyword research, you're matching what people are looking for. And I think that is going to carry your account a lot farther in the Pinterest game. Bottom line, my biggest piece of advice is instead of focusing on how many pins you're going to post every day, focus on your pinning strategy. Make sure those pins are solid. Make sure your content is solid and follow a good strategy and you will see growth. You do not need to mass pump out pins just to grow on Pinterest. I really, really hope this information helped you. If it did, help me out with a subscribe. It just shows me that these videos are helpful to you guys, and it's honestly motivation to me to keep making them. If you have any questions on Pinterest or anything I shared in this video, ask me in the comments. You know, I always try to answer everyone. And if you do want to know my full, detailed strategy for Pinterest, don't forget that video is linked in the description. Thank you all so much.